0863, and I forgot to hit record until right now. How about that? That's kind of stupid, huh?
That's par for the course.
Oh, man.
The old saying goes, the first thing to go is your memory, the second is your hair, the third is what was the first thing.
That's a good one.
I blame it mostly on the 80s myself. 80s was kind of hard on me, but
yeah.
All right.
Is he working on it?
I think he's. Oh, did you make that phone call?
Yeah, call. Make a phone call.
And again, give us a couple of minutes because our phone line is going to be tied up at that number 701-213-0863. Let's just get into the show quick until we get him on here. First up, Rick Eshelman. It's a great story, and I didn't realize this until last year, but you actually got your start here at the River Cities Speedway. Is that right?
Yep. Back in April of 1982, started announcing here with, back then was Grand Forks County Speedway. Mm-hmm. Drivers, the only driver left that's still racing right now that I know of is Tommy Corcoran. He was there when I was there, and he was there last year when we raced, but it was great. I got to see Linus and Todd Mack race, and Harry Johnson. And
the horse thief, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Brad was racing, I do believe.
I think I was a flagman.
You might have been a flagman.
Yeah.
Bruce Hart and some of the old guys, and of course my sergeant had passed away last year, Maurice Stansberry. He was the late model driver here back in the early 80s, but that's where I got my start on dirt. It's the first dirt race I ever announced, and it's been my passion since.
And man, you have got a history with dirt track racing. Okay, we're gonna break away from this for a second, and let's see who's on the phone with us. Hello there.
Hi there.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad. How about yourself, pal?
Good. If you're wondering, folks, Mark Dobmeyer on the phone with us, and we all know Mark had a little bit of a crash a couple of weeks ago. Tell us a little bit about your injuries.
Well, we a couple weeks ago we were racing with the World of Outlaws in Cedar Lake, and had kind of a battle going with a guy for a transfer spot in a heat race, and had a good fierce battle going. We were swapping spots left and right, and long story short, we just kind of bumped wheels and went for a little crash. It actually didn't look that bad. It wasn't like a crazy crash where you're flipping over the wall or anything. It just went in for a couple times and flipped over, but it landed flat the very last time at a high rate of speed. And when a car lands flat, it's basically frame rails right to the ground. So there's nothing to absorb the shock other than your body, basically. So I explained it as basically jumping off the roof and landing on your butt is what it felt like. So it ended up bursting my L4 vertebrae, fracturing my L3 vertebrae. So they went in with some screws and plates and kind of bridged everything together from the L2 to the L5. So I was very lucky in a way because when that vertebrae burst, it gave the spinal cord and the nerve endings a spot to go instead of getting broke off. They got to go in the void where that vertebrae had burst. So able to keep feeling in my legs, and I'm able to walk and talk and get around a little bit with the walker. So was very lucky and fortunate at the same time, I guess.
Well, how long is your recovery going to be? Any idea?
I really don't know. They said basically that right now the way I'm sitting is I'm in a back brace. I'm not in any physical therapy or anything yet. They want the surgery to heal a little bit longer yet before we strain it too much. So. But I've been getting out and walking around and just trying to stay mobile, I guess, and stay exercised a little bit. And they're saying 3 months for sure of wearing a back brace and everything, and it's kind of one day at a time, and you take it. So far, I've had good days and bad days and the whole works. So just kind of a slow process. We just have to kind of wait and see how everything heals up as it comes.
Well, good. We're all wishing you a speedy recovery. Heard you were at the go-kart track last night.
I was. My little Jackson J-Man wingman was racing last night, and he ran pretty good. It was pretty fun. He won, I think he finished second in his first heat, and then won his second heat, and then second in the feature. So he had a pretty good solid night. It was fun to watch. Well,
good. And are you still at the radiator shop right now, or did you make it home yet?
Well, we're right now I'm sitting at the radiator shop. I gotta tell you what, I got a great group of guys behind me. My whole support system's been pretty amazing. But where they're taking care of the shop and everything. I just came by to talk to them a little bit and kind of touch base and help out a little bit where I can. But I obviously can't stay here for very, very long. I gotta lay down and take get some rest as well. So,
Okay, I do have one more question for you before we cut you loose there, buddy.
sure.
How hard is it to go to the bathroom now?
Funny you asked that. This morning I just learned the lesson of self-catheterization. So it was a very good old time. But
Yeah.
I can go to the bathroom, but sometimes it just needs a little extra help to get the bladder drained all out. But
Sure.
I also got to give. I mean, when I talk about my support group, it's been amazing. Everywhere from my friends, family, to the people at the shop, to everything. It's crazy. They had everything all set up for me when I got home, and it's been a great group of people to work with.
Well, told you that, man. You got a hell of a support system out there. All kinds of friends and family.
Say, Mark, we at River Cities Speedway obviously are thinking of you too, but next time maybe try do something a little different for attention, okay?
I think I got just a plan for you. I think I'm going to go steal the keys to that water truck and get some more water on River City Speedway.
There you go. Well, you'll have time now.
Yeah, there you go.
You might need a boost to get up in there, but hey, Mark, we're all glad you're all right, and heal up quick,
100%.
okay?
You got her. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right,
take
go
care,
get some
buddy.
rest, man.
Yep, you bet.
All right, there you go. Good to hear from Mark Dobmeyer. And yeah, he's okay. It's going to be a long time, but it's okay. Thanks for talking with us, Mark. Let's get back. I want to talk more with Rick Eshelman. And you got your start at River City Speedway. How long have you been with the Outlaws now?
Well, it started in 2004 and then went through July of 2013, took a little bit of a break, come back in 2017, and here today.
How many miles do you think you have logged going on tour with these guys?
You're really going to make him think right now.
If you want to put it into perspective, a good round figure would be about 30,000 a year on a normal scheduled year.
Wow.
That's ballpark.
Yep.
Some guys do more, some do less, depending on where they live. Now, where I live now, you can probably add about another 10,000.
Okay, well, where are you living now?
Daytona Beach Shores, Florida.
Oh, boy, that's got to suck, huh?
So, yeah.
That's gotta be rough. I remember him showing pictures of that last year. This is what I look when I walk out my porch, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I see a big old building where I come out of. So
Might have to make extra tea.
yeah.
It gets hot.
It gets
Gotta have
Oh,
something
I'm
to
sure.
drink.
Yeah, we're complaining last couple of weeks when it was in the 90s and we had like 90% humidity, but
That's normal.
yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, and I've spent plenty of time down in Florida, and I absolutely love it down there. Do you ever get to the point where you just you start to get burned out, maybe towards the end of the year? But most dirt track announcers I know, they will never admit to it because it's so god darn fun.
It's not necessarily burned out. You can feel your body take the toll. I mean, mentally, yeah, I want to race every day. Physically, I know I can't, but you still do it because you love it. And I think the passion kicks the adrenaline in and you just go and do it. I mean, I'm almost 60.
Yep.
And I still love every minute of it. I enjoy before the race, during the race, after the race.
Yeah.
It's still, when you wake up in the morning and you still want to go racing, that's what it's all about. It doesn't really take the toll if you don't let it.
Do you get a lot of people like us bugging you to come on in their show, and you got to go?
This is
man!
a first. I mean,
Really?
yeah, pretty much everybody just leaves me alone. Brad will say, I got a face for radio.
And you guys, you got any questions for him? Just go ahead and chirp in here. But do you have a favorite racetrack, Rick?
Well, that's such a loaded question.
Yeah, I get it. Yep.
When I grew up, Flat Rock Speedway in Michigan, where I got my announcing start, obviously that's my favorite. But here at Grand Forks, definitely right in the top 5 because this is where I got my start. And it's not just because I started. The racing here has always been phenomenal.
Yeah.
From the time I was here 38 years ago and announced my first race till right now, the racing is still amazing. I'm a bullring guy. You give me something that's a fifth mile, a quarter mile, I'm all about it. Macon, Illinois comes to mind. That's a terrific track. You've got Farmer City, you got Fairbury, all these quarters and 3/8, the high bank bull rings. They're my favorite, but obviously Grand Forks is probably number 2, and the one that I grew up at, Flat Rock, would probably be number 1.
All right. What really surprised me last year is I really didn't get to really know you until last year, but I've worked a lot with.
He invited me on the show.
It was his idea.
Well, I paid Brad $25.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a case of beer, but that's okay.
Well, I would have known that. I wouldn't have gone to the liquor store and bought one. There you go, right spot. There's
Happy
your
Harry's
plug.
had a sale, so it really didn't cost $25.
There you go.
I've worked a lot side by side with World of Outlaws sprint car announcer. He's a lot different than you are. And what really got me last year was when you said, hey, sit down, let's call this race together. And I thought, oh, my God, this is dirt track heaven.
Yeah.
You know, I'm already at the best racetrack, I think, on the planet, calling the races, and then get invited to call a race with you. I thought that was just cool. Do you often do that?
It really depends. Are we moving the show along good? Can we bring somebody in? B, can that person do it? I mean, I try to sit here and watch the local announcer and see what he or she happens to have in their toolkit. And, if you could call the race, well, call one with me. Why not?
Well, I'm even better than I was last year. So,
Hey,
Wow.
John,
yeah.
What?
you need to step up your game on some of the slogans he comes up with.
Well, I know. I need to come up with some of those. And Tom Corcoran is telling me that all the time, too. And some of these race car drivers, you need to come up with some slogans. But I always feel like I'm stealing them from somebody else, you know. And
I got my announcing style. It's a little bit of everybody. I took a little bit from the track announcer that I grew up with. I even took some from Jim Corcoran.
I've used a few of Jim's. Yeah.
I took some from the announcer at Flat Rock. I took some from different people across the country, and that creates your own style. So you can borrow it. That's flattery. Imitation.
Well, that's what I say is when you imitate somebody, they're going to enjoy that.
Absolutely.
I got my start with Larry McFall and Nodak, and I steal a lot of his stuff because it's just, and then you just put it in your own repertoire, and it's awesome.
Absolutely.
I remember last year, Rick gave me the microphone with the Outlaw logo on it. And he goes, go down below and here you take this. And, I took a picture of that. Like, look what I'm holding.
I know.
Like, you see this? I took a selfie of myself and I saw my Facebook page. Like, hey, this is the real effing deal right here.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt when I finally got the chance to do that TV for Cedar Lake. I got to hold the CBS one. So
CBS. Wow.
CBS, yeah.
I was going to say, then at the end of the night, it's like, hey, you got that mic? Well, I put it up there.
Yeah.
Chad's got it in his glove box.
Yeah, right. I took the day. I want to take it home. That was so cool. Yeah.
So, Rick, I got a question for you.
All right, Brad.
How did you become the announcer for the World of Outlaws?
Well, back in 2004, the World of Outlaws had just been reformed. And that had been after a 15-year hiatus from when Ted Johnson had the Outlaws. And a group called Boundless had it at that time. And they were running, 6 shows of Volusia to start it off with their Dirty Dozen. And they didn't have an announcer. Well, Johnny was already there with the sprints, and he was going to do both. And it got to be, there were so many cars and so much racing. I asked him if I could help him. And he said, sure. So I ended up doing it with another guy named Joe Dirt, who was the announcer at Volusia at the time. So we did the 6 nights. And their series director asked me if I wanted to do it. And at the time, I already had a job with another racetrack, and I really didn't want to leave. I told him, not right now, but maybe in the future. Well, time went on, and they asked me, can you come do this one in March in Volunteer Speedway? I'm like, okay, I'll come do that one. So I did that weekend. Then they said, can you come do this one? Well, come to be July, I finally called them. I said, do you want me or not? And they said, yeah, come on. So I went to Tri-State Speedway in Hopstad, Indiana for the first show. And from there, it was just every night from then on.
Well, how did that journey start from Grand Forks all the way to the World of Outlaws? Were you mentioned you were at a different track. What made you move here? And tell us a little bit about that time frame.
So in 79, when I announced the first race, I had announced 3 years back in Michigan, and then I went in the Air Force, stationed here in Grand Forks.
Okay.
I got here January 1st. This is a great one. January 1st of 1982. So I get out of basic training. I fly from Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, which was 75 degrees in the morning. I got to Atlanta, it was 85.
Yep.
I got to Detroit, and it was 15. I got to Minneapolis, it was 15 below. And when I walked down the stairs on the runway at Grand Forks, it was 31 below in one day.
And you're thinking, how many years do I have to spend here?
Well, the funny thing is I wasn't supposed to come to Grand Forks, so it actually worked out good for me in the end. But when I was ready to leave basic training, they said, you need to go back into the office. We've changed your orders. I'm like, okay. I was supposed to go to Illinois.
Okay.
They give me the new envelope. I open it up and snowflakes fall out. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be good. I end up coming to Grand Forks, stayed here the whole 4 years, and I happened to be in the civil engineering group. And Maurice Stansberry was my sergeant. He was also a racer from Wisconsin. Well, he was going to run a late model here in 1982.
Number
he said,
45.
Yep. He said, do you want to help me out? I'm like, well, sure. Well, then somehow I don't remember exactly how I got in with Jerry Grindy, but I went in and told him I'd like to announce, and he let me in. Well, then we all know what happened to Jerry.
Yep.
And then Jim Corcoran took over with Northern Racing Circuit, and I started working with Jim. He'd be on the stage, and I would be up in that little booth. And from there, it was just history. I mean, Jim and I worked together, and I really have to give Jim Corcoran all the credit for my dirt career because he's the one that actually got me really started.
That's
He
awesome.
showed me how to be a
You know
showman.
what, Rick? Just think how ahead of time he was.
Oh, God, he was a
Yeah.
showman.
Oh,
He was like the P.T. Barnum of racing.
Yeah.
You know, you're right.
Way ahead of his time.
And one thing about Jim, he'd always get me down. I still have one picture. The racetrack has it now. They said they were going to put it up, but it was Jim, myself, and I believe Dwayne Sandin. And Jim, actually, when he would have these pictures taken with me, he would get them framed and then give them to me. And I have this picture, and then after he passed, I brought it in and I gave it to Ellis last year, I think, and because they said they were gonna have an area in there, and I think it'd be in the new bar that's coming up. But so hopefully that picture gets up there because those guys had a lot to do with my career too.
Well, Jim and Nyla were both a class act. There's no two ways around it. They were the two of the nicest people I ever ran into. And he could have told me, you're just a kid. I don't need you right now. But he gave me my chance. So
Sure.
I really, I still pay tribute to Jim because he was probably one of the best I've ever met.
And that's awesome.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
I know every time you come back here, you mention him.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because how I kind of got my start was trackside. It all started with me calling a demolition derby race at the fair. And Monica was, I think, was maybe the fair manager then. And so I met her for the first time. And I said, okay, how do you want this done? And she told me how everything was going. And I said, okay, where's the beer? And she said, well, you can't have a beer and work. And I said, well, then you better find somebody else. And I was going to walk away. She goes, wait a minute. And then the rest is history. Bob, was announcing up there. And there was days when he was going to be gone. And they needed me to go up there. And I tell you what, I was scared to death. Every single time that I was supposed to cover for him, we got rained out. So I felt lucky, I felt lucky.
Yeah.
And then Darren called me at the beginning. It was, last winter, a couple of months before the season started, and asked me if I wanted the gig. And I said, okay. And I was nervous as hell. Last year, I went through a few bumps and bruises, but I consider myself very lucky to be calling races at a racetrack like this. It's pretty cool.
The other thing, too, and it's a good point, is that Jim not only, let me call at Grand Forks, he actually took me to some of these fairgrounds. We went to Monoman, we went to Ada, we went to Bemidji Raceway, went to Candu, Rugby, did some stock car races.
Wow.
That's one thing about
That's huge.
Yeah.
Just
he took me all over to do other shows for him, too, and I got to see a lot of places that, don't exist anymore.
Right.
Well, right. And he was like, here, Grasshopper, come with me. Yeah.
Pretty much,
Let me show you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick,
Snatch the pebbles from my hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Rick's probably kept track of all the tracks he's been to, and with Jim Corcoran, he had a
Boy,
good,
did
he had a
you
good
just
50.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna clear up a can of worms that people beat me up on all the time. You have track chasers.
Yep.
You have race chasers. I am a track visitor.
Okay.
If I have been to the facility, and there are, like Grand Forks is a perfect example. There's a quarter mile. There's a kart track. Two separate. They run two separate types of cars. That's two tracks. So I am at 1,140.
Holy.
Wow.
But they say
Nice.
it only counts if you see action. Well, if that's the case, I'm in the ballpark of 450 to 475 that I've seen action at.
Right.
But as far as visiting, and I only count ovals, road courses, drag strips.
Sure.
That's it.
Yep.
And kart tracks, but that's an oval. So, but I don't count these autocrosses, and I don't count these motocrosses and BMXs. And all that.
Drifting courses.
Yeah.
I still don't get drift racing.
Drift racing is nothing but selling Toyo tires. That's what I figure.
Yeah, and
Pirellis.
okay, it's really a race, but it's not.
Right.
Anytime
All it
you
is-
get style points for a race, that to me isn't a race.
It's engines and tires, and that's it.
Yeah.
Who can stick their arm out or their head out the window while they're spinning a cookie coming out of turn 3, you know?
Exactly.
With deuces up. Yo!
Yeah.
So when you look at like River Cities Speedway, Rick, over the course of the years, you started here 38 years ago. What has changed when you come visit this place every year? Because I think you're going to see some awesome changes this year, more importantly.
What I think is, you go to a lot of tracks, and that's a perfect example. 38 years ago, I was there when it was Grand Forks County Speedway. I come now, and it still is pristine. It's not run down. It doesn't look old. It doesn't look like it's 100 years old. It doesn't look like it needs a facelift. It stays the same year after year. That's like a good woman. She looks the same at 40 as she did at 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it.
That's boom.
Exactly what I wanted right there.
And you know, back in the day, and when you talk about 38 years ago, and you guys were barnstorming all over Northwest Minnesota, Canada, North Dakota, the tracks aren't like they are nowadays either. I mean, a lot of these were, you know, it's a fairground. They happen to have a grandstand there, so let's just make a little oval racetrack and go. And I'm sure some of the conditions on these tracks were, I mean, you almost needed four-wheel drive, I'm guessing.
Well, the whole 9 yards, too, is, let's face it, the safety wasn't as important back then. And it should have been, but that's just the sign of the times. The race cars weren't as safe. I mean, you know, some of them were tanks and lead sleds. Other ones were using, like,
muffler tubing,
exhaust tubing for roll bars. And, you know, you see guys that may have a top of his suit on, but that's it. He's got blue jeans and tennis shoes. Well, the safety part, you know, as far as the facility is concerned, have a fence that can keep a car in or keep a part from flying through it, and have a race car that when you roll it over, like Mark Dobmeyer, you did that in a passenger car, it might not be such good results.
Absolutely.
Race cars are built to be safe first, fast second, and they've got it.
Yep.
The chassis builders have figured it out.
You said you got to town yesterday. Have you been out to the track yet?
What do you think?
Okay, so you have seen some of the
I watched hot
changes.
laps of the go-karts last
I was
night.
going to say, you probably went and watched the karts last night, too. If you, in your history, a long history, do you have a favorite race that you ever called?
It would have to be the Eldora Million.
Okay, I would
$1 million
imagine.
to win
you
dirt late
called that
model
one?
race. Yeah.
That was awesome.
I actually am the only guy in the world that called $1 million to win dirt late model race and $1 million purse non-wing sprint race, the Mopar Million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got to call
That's
both
a
of
$2
those.
million man right there.
I know.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
What?
Probably-
Most memorable race at River Cities.
There we go.
Probably got to be the World of Outlaws race when Tim Fuller, Shannon Babb come across the line. Babb climbed the fence.
Yeah.
They were, you know, this close.
Yeah.
That had to be one of my favorites of all time. But the one that still sticks in my mind, there's actually two things, and it's not really the race, but two things that stick in my mind from Grand Forks. Number one, when I'd sit in the tower, I have never seen in my life, to this day, in my career, fans that would boo a hauler when it came in. You saw Rick Auckland's hauler come to Grand Forks, and they would boo him.
Yeah.
And the other thing was we were racing one night, and a guy came in by the name of Joey Saltner, and he spanked the field.
Yep.
The only time I ever seen him race. He came in there, he spanked the field, he left, and it's like, who the heck was that guy?
Yeah.
But every time they saw that Pabst Blue Ribbon number 12 hauler come in, they booed him, and I just couldn't believe it. I mean, they booed Bloomquist, let's face it, because he's won so much, but they were on Auckland's butt.
Yeah, and speaking of Bloomquist, Scott Bloomquist, Ricky Weiss, now with the World of Outlaws, add a little spice to the whole show.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Ricky's a favorite up here. Obviously, like a 5-time WSOTA champ, and he's just north of the border up here in Headingley. Unfortunately, Canadian fans can't come watch him.
Right.
I wish they could because he draws a great crowd, but he's had a good year. He was the Rookie of the Year last year. He's already got 2 wins. You should have seen him on Tuesday night at Superior. Guys, he was running terrible. I mean, he's 19th. He's about to get lapped by Brandon Shepard, and caution comes out. We go back to green, and I look down at the monitor, and he's 9th.
Huh.
And I asked him after it was done, what in the world happened to you? He said, well, my tires finally got in. So when they got warm, I got on the gas, and I went.
Oh, wow.
Sounds just like him.
And, you know, I've got to interview Ricky many times. Great guy. One guy I've always wanted to pick his brain is Bloomer, Scott Bloomquist. What's the guy like?
You know, he's went through phases. Back in the day, you know, when he was young, he was real cocky. I can whip there, you know what.
Yep.
And then it got to be where he started getting real good, and he knew it, and his Pit area was roped off. You couldn't talk to him. You couldn't approach him. You couldn't get inside the rope. He wouldn't sign autographs. You know, he had that mystique going. He's taken on about 5 different personas.
Sure.
Today's Scott Bloomquist, you can walk right into that trailer, say, Scott, can I bother you for a minute? He'll stop grinding tires or whatever he's doing. Yeah, what do you need? And he'll talk to you. He'll sign autographs. He takes pictures with the ladies. I mean, Scott's always been a down-to-earth person. You just had to know him in the phases that he was in, and you knew how to respect that phase that he was portraying at the time.
Right.
I know I'm kind of looking forward to meeting him. I mean, I've been following him for a long time.
I will give you one thing.
Okay.
Scott is a very smart person.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Kind of like Tim McCready. If you ask him a dumb question, you're probably going to get told so.
Yep.
He's one of them guys. You have to be, maybe a half a step ahead of him in the thinking and what you're going to ask him, because the guy will come back with a very good answer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like guys like that.
When you look at the years you've done it and you've watched rookies come into the world of Outlaws, and you watch them race a couple heats, a couple of races every now and then, do you ever look at him like he's going to be something?
Well, Josh Richards comes to mind. I mean, he came in as a rookie. I'm like, okay, this kid, started off driving a water truck at some of the speedways back home,
cool.
like I-79 and stuff like that. And he just looked like a racer. He had the look. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't weird. He looked like a racer. And, he's won 4 Outlaw championships in some of the biggest races there is.
Yeah.
He's one of them that comes to mind. It's like, wow. Now, Ricky Weiss, same thing. Ricky's got raw talent.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid can drive. He probably won his first baby carriage race.
I wouldn't doubt it. And, that's the thing, too, here. The local guys at the River Cities Speedway, how many different winners have we had now in the late models this year?
Myself, Corcoran, Strand.
Shill.
Won.
Yeah,
Tommy won.
Yeah, in his sixth decade.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We're old. We know.
Yeah.
Corbett.
Oh, yeah.
See, I used to watch Roger
Lance
Corbett
Schill.
race.
Lance
Strand.
Schill.
So five different winners.
I don't think we've had a repeat yet. So, yeah, it's...
This track is totally about different winners. I mean, this is going to be our 13th Outlaw race, and there's been 8 different winners in the 12 races we've had.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's nuts. In the World of Outlaws, I mean, not the World of Outlaws, but our NOSA guys, it's shocking this year. We had the 3-peat winner with Austin Pierce. And now he's back in the winner's circle again, too. But the late model division, there's so much competitive guys there. And then you bring in, unfortunately, our boys from Canada. You brought those guys in?
Yeah, it's a bunch of guys.
I'm curious from Brad, how many guys do you think will come that are normal regulars here at Grand Forks? How many do you think will come and run with us Friday?
I think we'll have an honest 10. Could be 15.
Right, and there's a couple guys that may show up here. We're thinking maybe Jimmy Marr is going to come. I know Jeff Massengill's coming over here.
Yagi's coming.
Okay, yep. Jordan's been in a kind of a quandary this year. Hasn't been able to race much.
Yeah, it seems like every time he gets rolling, he rolls his car over.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Well, and somebody else got their car ruined last weekend, too. I wonder how that's coming along.
You know what?
Yeah, I heard about what happened here.
Well,
it looked like a demo car after that heat.
It was a heat race incident, and
I love the racers' answers. They're always...
It's a racing thing.
It was part of, we signed up to do it, and one of the competitors, he kind of lost it, and I ran into him, and then...
But you went sideways into him. You tried to stop.
Tried to stop, and then the guy behind, so I was a sandwich in the middle, and thank you to Greg and Tanner. They thrashed. I mean, it was a set of headers. It was a lower, upper. Basically, you seen. I call it a whole different body on. So
they worked their tails off on that car.
Yeah, we put Humpty Dumpty back together, and we made it out. And then, lo and behold, I unloaded it Saturday morning, and I took a look closer, and it was like there was bars missing out of it.
And it's crazy because you went from pretty much last place in the feature to second.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's bars missing. Like, man, if they could just leave it that way, he's pretty darn fast.
When I called back to AJ, Mars, and it's like, do we need him? Well, it is kind of structural, so I threw it on a truck. It was there Monday morning at 7, and it looks like a brand new car. It got back yesterday at 3:00 in the afternoon.
All right.
Well, I know I went down and visited your trailer in the pits after the races, and they had that thing almost stripped down. I mean, it just looked like a
Everything we put
frame.
on, we took it back off.
Yeah. And Conzi said, well, we're just getting a jump.
Yeah.
We're just getting a little jump on things here.
Well, and I went down. I usually go down and make sure everybody's okay and stuff, and get reports and stuff. And I looked at Brad, gave him a thumbs up, and he just, I don't know what happened. He's like, Brad, are you okay? Because he got hit on the driver's side door.
Ouch.
Hard.
Yeah. Put the car in the air.
Yeah, I mean,
That's where all the
pushed you
bars
sideways.
It snapped all the bars underneath it. Snapped them out of
And
it.
so I was up with John helping him trying to get the computer reset again. And then I saw that. I went down. I got on the racetrack, looked at Brad. I gave him a thumbs up, like, you good? And he just, I don't know how the car is. So he patched it together, but he came on the feature, looked totally different. I mean, that you could definitely tell his crew.
yeah,
worked their
and I
tails
actually thought that they had put new body panels on it, but Conzi said no, they just laid it in the dirt, and somebody had a hammer or whatever and just started beating on it and trying to pound it straight. And
That's the most popular
put it back
tool
together
in the pit area, the BFH.
yeah,
So
big one.
That's good to know. That I'm assuming then we're good to go for tomorrow night night and run it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely. So the sticker people are out there now and lettering her up, and we'll give her the once over and bring her out tomorrow.
Cool.
All right, speaking about tomorrow night, of course, World of Outlaw late models are here. Brad, who else is going to be racing tomorrow? What classes?
You know what? With the border being closed and we rely on so many Canadian A mods, we had to drop them.
Okay.
So we added the street stocks.
Okay.
They always put on a nice show.
Yep,
they
and
do.
the NOSA sprint cars. So
Okay,
and the
that's gonna
late
be a
models,
great show.
That's going to be a great show. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rick, I asked you about your favorite race, best race, whatever. Got any funny stories? Just something hilarious that's happened to you along this long journey, or could you go through many of them?
You're really going to ask him that question when he was telling us jokes beforehand? Now we got to put a bleeper button on him or
I'll
something.
just give you a few.
All right.
Just
Okay.
to satisfy.
Just a taste.
So when I was the announcer at Oakshade Raceway, and this is from 92 through 99, every year they had a race called the Barney Oldfield Memorial, which I'm sure you have heard of Barney Oldfield before.
Sure.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Have you?
You get that comment.
Barney Oldfield was one of the old time racers when they had leather helmets. And
Okay,
all that.
yep.
We ran that every year, and unfortunately, during the race, a rabbit come out on the racetrack.
Oh, boy.
But he did get out, and he made it off of turn number 1. So then I said, next year, I guess we're going to run the Bunny Oldfield. That one didn't go over very well.
That wasn't
Wah,
it.
wah, wah.
Then at Duck River Raceway in Tennessee, they have a little quarter-mile high bank, really good little racetrack, and a skunk came out on the track, and they hit that, and they buried him in turn 1. So the next year, they had the Pepe Le Pew 50. But you've never been to a race until you go to Harrisburg, Arkansas, and you race in the Cow Patty 50.
The Cow Patty 50.
There are cows right next to the pit road where you got to run your hauler into the pit area, and they run the cow. Don't ask about the trophy. The Cow Patty 50.
I was just going to ask about the trophy. Like, what's that trophy look like of that bad boy?
Yeah, I love Arkansas. I actually spent some time down there. I got some relatives down in the foothills of whatever the Mount Ozarks down there. But that's pretty cool. I'd ask you about your favorite racetrack. Are there any racetracks that you guys travel to? Probably not so much now, that are just like, oh my God, what are they doing even hosting a race? And you don't have to name tracks, but how many of those have you been to, say in the last 10 or 15 years? Because, tracks have changed so much.
Honestly, there aren't too many that you just say, what are we doing here? There are very few. I mean, every track obviously is different. We all know that. Now, there's some that are big, fast, nasty, and it's like, whoa. Belleville High Banks comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's nutty.
It's like 24 degrees, big half mile. I mean, they scream around there. We've raced on a mile track before. That was scary for the drivers.
Boy, I
when
bet.
you see them going down a straightway at 175,
Gee.
and the fenders are flapping, and they got 10 braces on each fender, that's scary because you blow a tire and the whole side comes off.
Oh, man, that's got to be hard on
But
equipment.
as far as facilities, there's very few where you say, why? Every track has a flaw of some sort. One is maybe the bathrooms aren't good. One is maybe the food isn't good. One is maybe the lighting isn't good, or the mosquitoes, or it's dusty, or whatever.
Right.
I myself, I haven't interviewed the people you have, especially in the racing world. But when you talk about Kinzer, Schatz, Rusty Wallace, Kenny Schrader, all these guys have got to Casey Kane, interview them all. But still to this day, my favorite interviews are, well, especially when I was down in Victory Lane doing what Chad does now, were the first time winners. What it doesn't matter what class it is, but the guys that have been trying for a couple, 2, 3, maybe 4 years, and they get close and they got that chance to win that race. And then they make one little mistake, and it's like, we're going to have to wait again.
Right.
But the first-time winners, to me, are my favorite interviews. Do you have a favorite interview that you've ever had?
It's not a first-time winner. It was a second-time winner. So I'm calling the historical big one at Eldora for sprint cars. It's $100,000 to win. It's biggest wing race they had back in the day. Guy named PJ Chesson wins the race. Guy of New Jersey. It was his second ever feature win of any kind.
Wow.
So he comes down for checkered and he wins and he goes out around the racetrack, goes into turn 4, does a ton of 360s, just lighting it up. Gets out of the car, climbs on top of the roof, comes back down, rolls his helmet down the front stretch. I'm thinking, this is going to be the greatest interview I ever had. And I swear to God, as I sit here, he walks up on the stage. I said, PJ, coming out of turn 4, what was going through your mind when you saw that checker flag, knowing you're going to get $100,000? He gets just like this. He goes, big trees.
Oh, no.
Fishing, snails. I'm like, what do you do now?
You slap him on the back of the head.
I was speechless for like 30 seconds. I just looked at him like, what is upstairs?
Yeah.
That did not help me lead me to a next question, buddy. Come on, you're not helping me at all here.
And on top of that, they had to be a different kind of breed because they all left and went without their $100,000. They got halfway to Knoxville, Iowa. One of them had to come back and get it.
They were brothers, right? PJ and
James.
Yep.
You're never going to believe what I forgot, guys.
What? We got to turn around.
You have to. That reminds me, I remember a first-time winner here with the NOSA Sprint Cars, and he'd been getting close for a few years. I'm not going to name any names, but I thought, this is going to be great. First-time winner. Get down there, and I'm interviewing him in Victory Lane, and he was just, nope.
I had those.
Nope. And I'm like, dude, I thought you were going to be way more excited than this. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everybody's had them.
I'm glad to be here.
That was Josh Richards when he started off. I'd ask him a question. Yep. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thanks for the interview.
Yeah. It's been real.
You want to thank your sponsors? Yeah, they're.
Well, if you notice, the drivers are vocal all the time. They've got something to say. They've got something to add. They
Until
can
you
tell
put
you
that
how
microphone.
to do this. You put that microphone there.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They either want to grab it from you or run.
Right.
And just get the hell away from you.
Or they'll turn their head and talk down.
Yeah.
And then you get their microphone in their face, like, come on, knock it off. You chase them around them. I'm like, come on, dude, talk
I've
about
had
this
to do
thing.
that before, too. It's like,
Oh, yeah. Especially when they forget their sponsors and you got to walk around the car with them so they can remember them as they're reading them around the car, and you're trying to keep the mic right in their face.
Yeah.
How has the whole COVID-19 affected the world of Outlaws this year? I mean, it's turned everything upside down.
Well, obviously, our schedule pretty much got erased from March when we were stopped until May when we started back up. We raced our first 4 races without fans, 2 at Jackson Motorplex and then 2 in Davenport, Iowa. And from there, we were going to race where there was going to be fans. And obviously, the schedule has changed a little bit. We didn't have Fargo on the schedule until we started, where can we go that will have us and we'll want to have a race and fans can show up. And this works out great. I mean, this is a short jaunt from Grand Forks to Fargo.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Fargo since it was the big half mile.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And rumor has it, Donnie Schatz, he going to be here tomorrow night?
You know what? I got off the phone with him.
Yeah, I got a call yesterday from Brad.
Yeah, I got off the phone with him. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yesterday, he raced Attica, or he was in Ohio, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe it was the Doty.
Yeah, and he's on there. He gets second place and gives River Cities and Fargo a shout out that he's gonna. So he's in flight training today.
Okay.
Out in California, and he's got flight training tomorrow morning. So he's jumping in his plane at, I'm going to call it 1 o'clock our time.
Oh,
flying straight to here.
Yeah.
To join the field tomorrow, and he don't care if he hits time trials or whatever. He just
What Brad doesn't realize is he's going to have to draw for him.
Donnie is. This is the only way really he can give back to promoters and fans,
and he does
in North Dakota. He, that's one thing about him is
he's never forgotten where he came from.
Never, ever. He knows where his roots, where he's from, and and he's North Dakota proud.
Well, that tells you something. When you're in Ohio, you fly out to California, and then you fly right over to North Dakota. all for this.
To do something you don't have to do.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
doesn't have to be here, but this is one of the races where he wants to be to show his appreciation to the fans and people from home.
Absolutely.
And so that
It
just shows
actually
what kind of
worked
guy
out
he
for him
is.
because the World of Outlaws were supposed to be at Eldora, and Ohio is what it is
Yep.
right now.
Right.
And they didn't have anything rescheduled, and he had said that he would be here if the
Right.
schedule worked out. Well, great, he gets to come here and then he gets to go home. So
Yep. Well, then, he can just stay in Fargo for a couple of days or whatever, how much of a break they have.
Right.
But
Well, yeah. One of Donnie Schott's best interviews. I watched the replay when you were on CBS, and I watched it, and I was texting back with you, Brad, talking about microphones and whatnot. And the trackside guy gets down into his car, and he's asking him questions because he was like, I really don't want to talk to you right now. I want to talk to my guys out front. But
Yeah.
we're doing okay. We're working hard. That's about all he said.
Well, as an
And that's
announcer,
him. I mean,
Yeah.
people don't realize how zeroed in.
Yeah,
He is.
when he's ready to focus, he's ready to
Yeah,
focus.
I mean, you've got to remember that there's 10 time behind his name.
Oh,
10
yeah.
time.
Right.
And you're not 10 time from taking laps off.
No.
right.
Yeah.
And, up to announcers, we all know this. There's times you don't stick a mic in a guy's face.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
you brought up a really good point, and I'm going to touch on this because this is one of my peeves. You will get announcers, and I'm not naming any names either, but they thrive on controversy.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And nothing against local announcers, but you
Right.
see that more because that's their niche. They know these guys. They know they can get the crowd riled up.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I was to do that, no. You don't. I've never tried to focus on the negative in anything. I've always tried to focus, on the positive side. Yeah, something negative may have happened, but you don't dwell on it.
Sure.
No, because
Sure.
nobody, the portion of the crowd, maybe 10% of the crowd wants that controversy. Everybody else
Right.
wants positivity.
But
That's
the
why
thing-
we're here.
The thing that you do too is, let's just say that Brad and Tommy are racing, and Tommy took Brad out. Tommy just spun Brad in turn number 3, sent him off the racetrack, and the crowd's booing. Now, if I was to sit there and say, what a dirty move that was by Tommy to send Brad off the racetrack,
Yeah.
who's to say some of his family isn't in the stands?
Family,
And all of a
fans.
sudden now I'm against Tommy
Yep.
and his family. Well, then Brad's people are like, yeah, we like Rick and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden they're at each other's odds. And I cause that. I don't want to do that.
There's
Right.
never a win-win for announcers when you try to play nice. You try
Yeah.
to make that
And that's
shit.
the other thing, too. Speculate to a point, but don't take it to where it sounds like you're having an opinion.
Well, right.
Absolutely.
Our job is to not be the head official.
I learned that lesson one time, and I'm not going to name names, but one of our drivers was racing, and something broke. And I automatically said, well, it looks like a shock has broke on this car as he went off. I no sooner got done with that race, and I had a phone call from the shock builder.
Oh,
And said,
boy.
I hate to tell you this, but it wasn't a shock. It was the rear axle.
Okay. Yeah.
So now
right.
it's something in the
Now
suspension
something
or
broke.
steering or in the drivetrain.
Yep.
No one, everyone in America knows what shock
Everybody runs.
on the
Yep.
World of Outlaws, what shock they're running.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And see what I do, especially back again when I was trackside. I talk to a guy, if I'm thinking about interviewing him, I'll talk to him first just to kind of get his vibe.
Yep.
If he's in a pissed off mood,
Yeah.
something happened.
Short questions.
Even if I interview him, I might just say okay, and I might just kind of pass it on in a more politically correct way from what he's telling me. But there's times. I mean, nobody wants a mic in their face all the time.
No.
or any of the time with some of them.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true. That's
100%.
true. And especially if they're having a bad day, there's, or a bad lap or a bad heat race, just leave them alone.
Or just if they know their car is junk and they can't figure out how to make this thing or what adjustments they got to do, and they're trying to rack their brain on what they got to do next. The last thing you want to do is ask a question.
But you know what, Rick, and I'm sure in your 38 years of doing this, you've seen personalities come in,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you've seen their demeanor when they exited as far as interviews and everything else, haven't you?
Yeah, sometimes you can actually change a driver's temperament
Oh, yeah.
from either good to bad or bad to good, depending on what you're doing. And like Brad said, very well, driver could come in and he's a hothead, and if you know what you're doing, you can settle that person down and
Sure.
actually get them to talk and interact.
Yep. You can change their demeanor with one question.
Sure.
I mean, their whole mood, everything.
Right.
Right.
And what I was talking, and good point that you made, but what I was talking about is we'll just say Brad Seng coming in, a snot-nosed kid at
Right.
21. interview. You know, this guy did this guy did that. 20 years down the line,
Right.
whole different interviewer now, right?
And I've seen all the spectrums of what Brad just alluded to. I've seen those spoiled, spoon-fed kids turn out to be really good people. But I've also seen them never change.
Yeah.
You know, they forgot where they came from. They didn't appreciate what they had given to them in the beginning, or the help they got, or the person that taught them this or that. So it goes both ways. More along what Brad said, that you'll go from someone who maybe started off rough around the edges to, you know, perfected. But it does happen that some stay that way the whole time, and there's not much you can do but just, you know, deal with them.
Rick, right now with the World of Outlaw points, who's the guys that everybody should be watching for tomorrow night here at River City Speedway?
Kind of like got battles between battles. Obviously, Brandon Shepard right now, the class of the field.
He's hot. Yeah.
9 wins. He's having another one of those
Class of the
Shepard
country.
seasons.
Yeah.
Ricky's pretty solid in second. I would say it's going to take him to fall on his face for a while. But from that point on, third all the way back to about 8th, it could be anybody.
Yep.
9th and 10th are kind of right now battling their own battle, but all it takes is one driver to have a couple of bad shows. They drop from 5th to 9th. The driver that was in 9th has a couple good shows. He's up to 6th.
Sure.
It stays that way until you get down to about the last 10 races. Then you could pretty much figure out what's going on. Our point structure, you get 150 points to win, 146 for second, then it drops by 2.
Okay.
Now, with Shepard having a 184-point lead, he's going to have some really bad nights, and somebody not too far behind him is going to have to just shine.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's hard to do. I mean, the rookie battle would have been a lot better because we've seen rookie battles 100-point separation to where we had a different winner at the end of the year. Unfortunately, with our rookies this year, it was a tough crop. Cody Evans, he was in the hunt, and unfortunately for him, not able to continue. Matt Cosner, who was the closest to Ashton Winger in the rookie points, he was going along well, and his father-in-law passed, and he had to take over the business.
Yep.
So that meant racing closer to home. And
Sure.
he hated it, but you know, it was one of them things where obviously it's family
It's
and business
family.
first. Racing's an afterthought.
Yeah, there's more to life than racing.
Right.
I mean, I can't believe we're saying that here, but it's the truth. I mean, there is more to life than racing on dirt tracks.
Eventually, at one point in time in your life, you're going to be like, okay, I got to do this now in my life, you know?
Right.
And so for him, unfortunately, it happened a lot sooner than he wanted it to. And you feel for the guy, and obviously for the family, for losing what their staple was with their father-in-law. So
You know what? I was just, and I don't know who I was. Was it you I was talking to last week? But I was going down the list of Brandon Shepard, arguably the best late model racer
As of right now,
in the world.
he's the hottest.
Yep.
Scott Bloomquist tomorrow night,
Yep.
arguably the best ever to strap into a late model.
Yep.
Ricky Weiss, I would arguably put him in the top 15 late model drivers in the country.
He's had a good one. I'll tell you, a guy you
And
might
then-
want to watch tomorrow is Cade Dillard.
Cade
Oh, yeah,
Dillard,
yeah.
Dillard. But then on top of that, let's add 10 time into the field.
Yeah.
Donnie
Right.
Schatz. I
Yeah,
mean, people do not realize what they're going to see tomorrow. They're going to see all facets of dirt car racing.
And you got so many guys coming in. Daryl Lanigan, who's won here twice. He's a 3-time champion. Ashton Winger, you guys are going to enjoy him. He's one of them Georgia kids that just loves to have fun. And he's fast, and he's not afraid to trade paint.
Maybe he'll go catfishing with me today.
That's a possibility.
And the thing is, let's talk about Donnie for a minute. I thought Donnie picked up his sprint car game a lot after starting to drive in a late model. I don't know if you guys would agree with me or not, but I thought once he started driving a late model, I thought his overall driving got better.
He, if you talk to him, he will tell you that after he drove that big bodied car, there's some stuff that adapted. And you know what? He was, quite honestly, he was like, I just hope all my other competitors don't start running late models.
Yeah, right.
He kind of alluded a couple of years ago that if the sprint car deal ever gets to be where, okay, you know, I've done all I can do here, it's time to do something else. He alluded that he may actually run late models. Who's to say? Donnie Schatz, Rookie of the Year contender.
Wouldn't that be something?
you could ride away with that one, couldn't you, Rick? You could go on forever for that.
We had Pat Dorr and Ron
Oh,
Davies
my
one year.
God, that
and
was a classic.
between the two of them, I think the age was like 177 combined. It's like he was the oldest rookie, and I'll never forget. I interviewed Pat one time, and he was the leading rookie at the time, and I said, you know what? This Rookie of the Year thing's got to be fun for you. He said, you better believe it. We're the future of the sport.
Just like Pat Dorr would do, right?
Yeah, I love Pat Dorr. I think the guy has got a great sense of humor. You never know it when you first meet the guy. You would
think, oh, he's stuck up.
Yeah, he's just kind of got that look on his face, and he's not very talkative at first, but I love talking to him. What time is everything going to get rolling here tomorrow, Brad? I know here's the thing. I've talked to a lot of fans. There's been a lot of first-time fans at the Speedway this year, and they're just like, wow, or I haven't been here for 8 years. I got to keep coming. I said, well, you got to go to that World of Outlaw late model show if you want to see a good show. So what time's everything going to get going tomorrow? I mean, let's talk about what time the bar opens, the whole deal.
I can do the front side, Rick. You might have to help me on the back side.
I'd like to help you, but I haven't actually looked at the notes yet. I plan on doing that this evening. I always...
Typical announcer.
It's all on you.
Okay.
He'll be prepared
no,
when the time comes.
You two will admit that we're the last to know anything.
Yes.
Done deal.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed he didn't go, what notes?
What note? Yeah. I agree 100% on that.
Hey, I've learned to pass the buck.
Yeah.
So the gates open at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Happy hour starts. $2 beers, to get the
PBR and Keystone.
PBR and Keystone to get that pump prime.
There you go.
And I think we do that all the way till probably the national anthem.
Till anthem goes.
I say let's do it a little later.
No,
There we go.
Let's go.
do we got a runner?
Pit gates, I know, are opening at 3 o'clock tomorrow for the haulers to get in. I'm sure a bunch of guys will be in there tonight.
Sure.
Hot laps, I believe, at 6 o'clock. Time trial 6:30, and I know 7 o'clock sharp. River Cities, we're
rolling.
They're sharp on that deal.
So actually, a little earlier start tomorrow than most Friday nights.
No, 7 o'clock. Well,
Okay, hot laps at 6.
Hot lap's a little earlier.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
Uh-huh.
That's the
Okay.
only difference. Then we're doing time trials. Looks like, and then right off the bat, we're going to 7 p.m.
So the sprint cars do not have time trials tomorrow night because of the
Late
late models here. So
Yeah,
it's just late model time trials. Sprint cars, they're going to run a little different format tomorrow, which is going to be a pretty cool format. So it's
I'm
gonna be a great
excited,
night.
man. I'm pumped up.
Yeah,
I'm
me
pumped
too.
up.
And I'm going to admit, when the World of Outlaws, whether it be the late models or the sprint cars come to town,
Right.
it's my easiest night of the year.
One thing I got to do here while we're on this, I got to give Darren and Monica a shout out and say thanks. They finally put me on the website.
Oh,
38 years later, I'm finally there.
well,
You know?
I'm on the website, but they still spell my name wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
I had to thank them for that because we had talked about it for a couple of years, and I'd seen it up there, and that was pretty impressive. I was proud of.
Well, it's so cool to know that we have one of our own. Like, we take Rick as one of our own that started here. Now he's the big time with the big boys, and he comes and he still gives gracious to us here at River Cities Speedway. And it's just awesome to talk to him. He's an awesome guy. So if you guys are going to have a great time tomorrow night, it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
The only thing about Grand Forks, if there's one thing I got to complain about, you guys have no idea how many times I've hit my head on that beam in the tower.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah, all the padding in the world doesn't do one damn bit of good with that beam.
And Rick's a little taller, too. So there's a little bit more bending over.
Yeah, and try having a head this size where it's like you can't avoid it. It's almost like you couldn't avoid it.
I don't know, guys. I'm short and stubby. I have no problem underneath that thing. I'm good.
You guys all, thanks for coming in today. Anything
We're
else we
done?
want to talk about?
We're done?
That's an awesome show.
Let's go. What do you want to talk about?
Why not go?
I'm running out of
It's the
questions.
Brad Seng show now. Here we go.
Well, we figured it was actually going to be more of the Rick Eshelman show because we know you like to talk about everything, your history, what you've done. I mean, as far as what Chad and I do and what you do, I mean, I just couldn't imagine.
Well, I'll let you in on a little, I don't know if it's a secret, but it's my plan. So if I can make it through the 2028 season, and that's my goal, that will be when I'm the oldest I can be to collect as much Social Security as possible.
Yep.
That will be 50 years of announcing. I'm not
Wow.
saying another word.
Wow.
That's the plan.
There you go.
I might know somebody who'd take your job if you're going to retire.
Yeah. I mean, that's the staple in its own is 50 years of him doing what he loves.
I don't want to be one of those guys where they say, back in the day he was pretty good, but now I don't want to hear that. And if I do hear it, it may be an early retirement.
Right.
Yeah, I've been doing play-by-play sports for about 35 years now, but only with the racing thing for 16. I used to go back on the road way back in the day with Don Jorsted. We'd go to Warren and do some of those smaller races around here. But that's my only regret is I wish I would have. I haven't been in Grand Forks long enough to be able to do it longer, but I wish I could say I've been doing this for 25 or 30 years because I absolutely live for Friday nights.
Yeah.
I missed the 4th of July. It was in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary.
It was awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I can't even, I enjoyed the heck out of that weekend, getting away from everything in Grand Forks, but still all night Friday night. I'd look at my phone and I'd say, well, they're probably running the B-Mod feature right now. And it's hard to get away from it when you know they're going without you.
I know that feeling as a kid because I lived 4 miles away from my home track. And I was about, 9, 10. And I'd ask my dad, can we go to the race tonight? No, we can't tonight. I have to work tomorrow morning. I'm like, okay.
Right.
And I'd sit in my backyard and you could hear the cars 4 miles away and I'd cry in my backyard because I couldn't go to the races. I went to my first one when I was 3.
Wow. With me, I started snowmobile.
Uh-oh.
Incoming. Hey.
Were you trying to call in to have a conversation?
Shut it off. No, it's not my phone.
Oh.
I turned it off. Oh, is it somebody calling me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. Hello, are you there?
You got to slide it to answer it. Don't you know how to work a phone?
Well, here,
Well, not that
give
phone.
me the phone, John.
You take it. Somebody calls.
Come on, John.
How many announcers does it take?
Yeah, we got 3.
Trust me, I go up and John will text me and we got to play a commercial. Last week we had to play a commercial for the World of Outlaws coming this week. And he texts me, he's like, computer shut down, I don't know what to do. I don't know where the commercial went. So I had to go across the track, up the stairs.
I'm very computer illiterate, by the way.
Yeah.
Very computer
Look
illiterate.
here, I'm going to show you guys something that you'll crack up at. I've been called the number 2 pencil in a .com world.
Oh,
flip phone.
wow.
I know. Flip phone status.
Wow.
That's a Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Me and Flipper.
I'm guessing you don't get Grand Forks' best source on that flip phone.
Nope, I have a tough time trying to find what the weather is, too.
Yeah. His texting ability is little thumbed, so.
Yeah, a little thumb.
555-222-2777.
All right. Well, okay. Nobody's there, I don't think.
Who's
Hello?
calling in? Well, it was Paul trying to call in.
They were
have a
trying to
comment.
call until I hung up on them.
Yeah.
What's the longest race you ever called, Rick? Laps.
100.
100. Mm-hmm. I found out last year, right before the feature, the John Sites 92 laps. That you're calling this race. I didn't think I was going to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the 3rd night in a row. And you think about all the heat races, the B mains, the quality, all that stuff, and you think about how many races in 92 laps, and then they start. When you've got that many cars out there and they're lapping traffic and lap cars everywhere.
Right.
Well, you and
You're almost dizzy when you get out of there.
Yeah.
at these big events and stuff like that, like Chad and you should trade off.
Wouldn't be a bad
could
idea.
totally do that.
You could do the 2-man thing up there.
When I started announcing dirt track racing, it was a two-person group. When me and Larry McFall would do that, the Nodex Speedway, Williston Basin Speedway, and just trade off back and forth to try to save each other's voices. Mm-hmm. And they did that. Like this time, they had the Dakota Classic Modified Tour. Just ended last night in Bismarck, and they had a 2 announcing team. They even brought a 3rd guy in to save a voice, But now, here's a question for Rick. You started racing, started announcing. Now, everything's televised. What do you think about when you're doing, let's just say, your slang terms or your, when you have your one-liners? Do you think it different now when you're on TV?
It's toned back a little bit. I mean, you have to...
Really?
I got burned on that already.
2 out of 3 were buying this story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like with the CBS broadcast, make sure I call the race. And, I've changed my style a little bit as time has gone on. You realize that, some of this stuff gets old and you try to change it up. And I've gone lately to more calling the race. Yeah, there's going to be some stuff thrown in there now and then because that's part of it.
Right.
But I learned at a young age, and believe it or not, Jim's daughter, Barb, taught me this, that I am not the show. The show is out there on the racetrack.
Sure.
I'm just describing it.
Yep.
Right.
And I learned that from Barb a long time ago, and it's always stuck. And from that point, I've always tried to, try to be funny now and then, and it doesn't always work.
No.
There's crickets.
Oh,
Sure.
They're classic. Some
Yeah.
of them.
Some are good, but some are like, oh boy, well, I'm not going to use that
Yeah,
one no more.
yeah.
But I got to tell you this, and I hope I don't offend anybody. I'll tell you guys off
Okay.
air. It's
Okay.
a good one. It's probably the best one that we talk about.
Okay. I did get burned. I forgot that that the races are streamed now, and you know, you think you're okay, and you maybe say something over here, and it's like, hey,
Live
we heard
mic.
that.
Was
Yeah,
that on
it's
the-
always
we heard
live
that.
mic,
Was that
and
on the
I
sprint car flip?
I don't remember.
no, it was.
I think I had to pee or something. I don't remember.
Somebody getting food for him and all this other stuff.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
and
Okay, just leave it.
I just left it there, and then I texted John. It's like, John, you're live right now. Like, if I hear you in my ear, you're definitely going over to rivercitiespeedway.tv. I mean, that's
Yep.
So just a few weeks ago when that girl hit that sprint, went into the water barrels.
the lightning sprint.
Lightning sprint went into the water barrels in the front straightaway, and then all of a sudden, John's talking, and then there's quiet, and then her helmet rolls out onto the speedway.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
I-
tell me.
Came-
John's
tell me.
live, and he goes, "Oh, that ain't good."
And I didn't mean it.
I always tell him, I was like, dude, you got to shut that off, man. You should just shut it off.
It's happened a couple of times, and it's embarrassing.
It is. And by the way, if I hung up on whoever was trying to call, my apologies. You can try to call us again if you've got any questions for any of us here. Again, our number is 701. Holy.
There it is.
There,
Incoming.
answer that now.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hey, it's Paul. Trying to figure out if you can work this phone.
I think I
And
got it
ask
figured
people-
out.
And ask people if they wanted to call in. That's the only reason that I was making a call.
Oh, our own producer calls.
Leave it to Paul.
Yeah, leave it to him to go behind.
I know John doesn't know how to work this cell phone. It's
You
too
know,
fancy.
We're in a low budget here at Grand Forks Source.
Here, I thought I was missing an important phone call.
Yeah, well, when I was trying to answer it, it was just Paul. I'm like, why are you trying to call this phone? What the hell?
I don't know if this applies to you or not, Rick. I'm a little more vocal, I think, maybe a little more animated than announcers, the last one we had. But I always tend to judge how good the racing was by how bad my throat hurts at the end of the night. Are you that way? Do you get that excited? I mean, it's hard not to.
You're probably not going to like my answer. I'll get excited, and obviously there's more exciting nights than others. But back in '92, I went to Specs Howard School of Broadcasting in Michigan and paid $6,000 to figure out why my throat was hurting.
Yep.
And they taught you to use inflection and,
Oh, yeah.
and announce from your diaphragm. And
Yep.
other than having laryngitis come through now and then, I've never had a gravel voice at the end of the night.
Yep. Yeah. You should have heard him a couple of weeks ago.
Laryngitis for sure.
Yeah.
I had to learn that because and I didn't know that at the time, but now that we have Dirt Car Nationals every year at Volusia Speedway Park, that's 12 straight nights.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
So if I'm calling modifieds for the first 8 nights and then late models for the last,
And
No.
you can't afford
and
to
the,
lose
and the
your voice.
modifieds, there's 12 heats.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. You
6
can't afford to
being
lose
aimed.
that. Yeah.
So I did learn that from there. Obviously, board op and all that stuff, but I learned how to use my voice and inflect and use the diaphragm, have it come from down here instead of right here.
Yeah, I took years of voice. I went to radio and television school, but I still sometimes get a little too excited.
There's
but
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an exciting sport.
Exactly.
I mean,
Well, I'll
and
tell
I'm going to
you,
relay that.
You brought up a good point, and Brad will probably remember this. The first time we came, I believe it was 50 straight laps, no caution. It was one lane. Where you started is where you finished, and I'm calling the race. Okay, there was no cautions. And when the race was done, and the fans went into the pits, I had a good time. Some people called me the next day and said, wow, that was a great race, huh? I said, sure was. It was just one of them nights where the track just locked down and you
Yep.
couldn't do anything about it.
Yep.
But if you can make a boring race exciting to the fans that are there and ones that are listening at home, you've done your job.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm going to say. Hats off to River Cities Speedway, man. That track crew for how many years now?
Ugh.
It's been an awesome racy track.
Does Donnie still get on the tractor?
No, Donnie isn't involved anymore. So,
He said he was going to retire, but
He did.
He did.
wow.
He goes in the stands and sits in the one spot. He sits behind one of the entrances there and sits there and he watches everything from a vantage point now.
Yeah, no longer behind the wall, barking at us.
Right.
At least, let's see if we got another one here. Hello there.
Hey, this is Kevin Pappenfoot.
Hey, Kevy, how you doing, buddy?
Good. So if it rains on Friday, like they say, are they running Sunday? Is a question for Brad.
What rain?
It's not going to rain, Kevin.
No
Never
rain.
say
Quit it.
that word.
Why
around
did
a
you say
racetrack.
rain?
Darn it.
Well, you never know, eh?
No, that's true.
no, they're just trying to throw a little scare out there right now. And no, to answer your question, no, there's not a rain date on Sunday. However, we will do everything in our power to change everything up to where you will see 50 laps of late model racing.
Yeah, and at worst, if we had to run our program straight through, it would be all late models and everything else obviously could come back. Yeah. But the most important thing is you need 25 laps to be an official show and
Sure.
for points and the money. So,
Yep.
you know, granted, it's not what you paid to see, but if we can get the race in for the fans that are there, that traveled and spent their hard-earned money to come watch, we're sure going to push it along.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
absolutely.
Kevin, you going to be there?
Yes, I am.
All right. We're looking forward to it. Hey, thanks for the question, man.
Hey, Kevin, bring the whole city of Park River, would you?
Oh, I'll see what I can do. I'll go up to the bar tonight and do a little promoting for
There
you
you-
guys.
there you
okay?
go.
All right.
like
all right. Have one of those promoters for me, too, would you?
Former.
Okay.
All right,
Hall of
thanks.
Famer.
Thanks,
Yeah, how about that? Hall of Famer, Kevin Pappenfuss. Thanks for the call.
I remember that name.
Yeah. Okay. Hot laps at 6. Time trials 6:30. Happy hour till national anthem.
Or longer.
Or longer. It's going to be an awesome night of racing.
Yep. No, the sun's going to shine. The weather's going to. There isn't going to be no weather. So
Yeah, we're not worried about weather.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome.
I didn't put my boat in the garage, so it's not going to rain.
There you go.
Perfect.
There
Yep,
it is.
Yep. And I'm still looking for somebody to go catfishing with today. So. You guys, thanks for coming in.
Awesome show.
Rick
Thanks,
Eshelman.
Rick.
I'm looking forward to next year already.
I know.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait for tomorrow night. Brad Seng, going to be a great show. And again, looking for basically a brand new car tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Brand new.
And,
Did you listen to him today?
Oh, yeah.
He said he's putting stickers on it.
I know.
Today. So
It's going to look like a brand new car.
it's going to be a brand new
I'm
car.
going to go on a limb and say Brad's top 10 tomorrow night.
Boom! Oh!
Oh, that is pressure right there, man.
Oh!
Can we write the check?
Can we? I love this. Let's go.
Hey, you guys, thanks. Chad, thanks for coming in
Hey,
again
buddy.
today. I
Always
know
fun
you
being
guys
here
are
with
all
you.
busy. And again, World of Outlaw, late models tomorrow night, River Cities Speedway. Everybody, if you can, you want to go see some of the best dirt track racing you're ever going to see. Tomorrow night is the place to be.
Rick, I just
Wow.
want you to unleash some of those
Good one-liners.
slangs tomorrow night.
We'll come out with something for you, Brad.
There you go.
And It's
Awesome.
going to be while he's racing.
All right. I can't wait. Hey, thanks, everybody. Our show today brought to you by Home of Economy and the Fair Food Extravaganza back at Home of Economy, bigger and better than the last one. Make sure you get your food fix Saturday, July 25th. All kinds of food vendors are going to be there. Tell you what, eat your favorite fair food and shop Home of Economy. They're going to have all kinds of sales throughout the entire store. Bigger and better than ever with better spacing. Join Grand Forks Best Source Saturday, July 25th. We'll be there at about 11 o'clock until who knows. Second Fair Food Extravaganza at Home of Economy. Again, thanks to all our guys for coming in. Also, become a Podbean Premium subscriber. Easy to do. Go to your Play Store, download Podbean, search GFBS, hit follow by Premium. You're all set to win great prizes, all kinds of great contests and giveaways. Tomorrow's show, well, it's yet to be seen. We might just have a BS session. We'll see. Hey, make sure you like, share, and tag us. We're Grand Forks Best Source, giving Grand Forks an identity again.